So I was doing my morning Twitter scroll, as I always do. Very healthy habit, I know. I saw this ESPN post about the Heat accidentally posted and deleted YouTube video about LeBron's intro conference, and the source is Shams, who I think he's got a deal with DraftKings or something. Yeah, he's got a relationship with FanDuel. So he reports on sports news while also being a partner of a betting company, which is a little suspect. But yeah, Shams was the source for this leaked press conference video. And I don't know, it's just hard to see this and not immediately think about how sports betting is, I don't know, it's kind of got a really big hand in sports. I mean, everyone knows that. But it's getting to a point, especially with the rise of Kalshi and Polymarket, these prediction market companies. I don't know, it just feels way more present than it's ever been. To the point where the official ESPN Twitter account kind of looks like they're posting sports betting bait. They could be posting it just for clicks, because I mean LeBron's free agency signing is big news. Everyone's kind of invested in that. That's the only thing left in the offseason. But I don't know. We've seen a lot of different reports about where LeBron's going. We've seen him golfing with the current Cavs players. Obviously, this comes out. Heard about him joining the Warriors. There's that video of Steve Kerr saying that LeBron's going to join the team. I don't know. There's just a lot of things out there that could be explained away by just engagement bait. But it's really hard to believe any of that when sports betting is just so present. If you're watching a sports broadcast, it's nearly half of the commercials. Sports betting logos are all over the screen. If you're watching an ESPN morning talk show, you have the ESPN bet segment talking about the parlays. And when you see all that constantly, it's really hard not to go all conspiracy theory mode on posts like this. It really feels like the integrity of sports just keeps getting lower and lower. You already have a rough time with fans and the refs about oh, this ref's got money on the game, he was paid off and whatnot. And that's kind of low level conspiracy theories. It's usually when fans are mad at the game. I'm not innocent. During the Pistons Cavs series, almost every game I was on Twitter complaining about the refs, saying, hey, maybe this is a rigged job to get Cleveland in the conference finals. They don't want to see Detroit. But I know that these games probably aren't rigged, but it's getting less and less believable. And is this really where we want sports to go? To be sold out to big betting companies? It's not just basketball. I mean, every sport is kind of like this now. And we're putting more fuel in the fire for fans that don't believe these outcomes are real, that all these events are rigged to benefit betting companies. And you see, as of recent, the NBA just changed the draft lottery rules. Now they're really disincentivizing tanking, which, good thing, bad thing, I was kind of up in the air about what these rules do. But what I think a lot of people can agree on is that this was made in the interest of FanDuel and DraftKings. It isn't good for their sportsbook odds when there are teams trying to lose. That messes with their algorithm, so they probably lobbied Adam Silver to change the rules, disincentivize tanking. But yeah, it's going to be hard to get through a whole regular season, a whole playoffs, without thinking in the back of your mind that this could all be just for sports betting. And that's really not something you want to have in sports. A lot of what makes professional sports fun to watch is the belief that these outcomes are real. These players are actually playing to win. They're actually playing for championships. And these outcomes aren't predetermined for one reason or another. Giannis just signed a deal with Kalshi. He's a Kalshi partner. He's got that post. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, here it is. Giannis. Oh, I guess it wasn't that recent. This was in February. It's still pretty recent this year. Giannis posts, "We all on Kalshi now." He's joining Kalshi as a shareholder. And during the Giannis trade saga, like you see all these different teams that could make a deal, could make a swing for Giannis. I think he was seen in Boston. He got an apartment in Chicago. And it's hard to see all that while he's a Kalshi partner and not assume he's doing this to mess with the odds, that he's got some sort of financial incentive to sway people's opinions on where he's going. Like it's really hard to just put all that to the side and think, oh, this is really just a decision on which team to go to, where he wants to live, who he wants to play for. It's hard to assume that when it really looks like he's just putting more money in his pocket. I think it should be completely disallowed to be a sports gambling partner while you're an NBA player. Is that a hot take? I don't think so. At the beginning of last season, we saw this big scandal of Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones and other people getting arrested for gambling allegations. Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley, and Jonte Porter all being kicked out of the NBA for gambling on themselves. How is it allowed for one of the game's best players to be a partner with a gambling company? And they're going to argue they're not a gambling company, they're a prediction market. But it's, come on, let's be real, it's sports betting. So, is it ruining sports? I think we'll get to a point where it is. And people might stop watching games because they feel like their fanhood is being ruined by sports betting. You're not turning on a game and watching real athletes duke it out for who's going to win. Sometimes it really feels like this is a scripted outcome. So, yeah, drop a comment about how you feel regarding all this sports betting stuff. Whether or not that post from ESPN is really just Kalshi bait, or if they're trying to, just get the LeBron James clicks. But yeah, that's all I got. This can get really bad soon. Could totally ruin the integrity of sports.